December 20th, 2025, Buddhadhamma, Chapter 8, the end of Chapter 8, the rest of the appendix. Appendix 4, 5, and 6. Page 903 to 906. Appendix 4. The mind moment. At realization of path and fruit. So path, magga, fruit, bala. At the moment of the realizing of magga and bala. Several commentary passages addressing the teaching at the moment of realizing arihatship or becoming arihanta. The mind must reach the attainment concentration, appamana samadhi. The attainment and concentration together equals concentration of absorption, jhana. Even for someone who has never previously entered jhana. Following the models of the Buddhadhamma, these passages outline the sequence of the mind's activity at the moment of realization of path and fruit. For one who uses insight as a vehicle, vipassana yatnika, this outlines can be illustrated thus. So we have first the mental apprehension. The preparation for it, parikama, which goes into the approach, upachara. Then we have the adaptation, anuloma. When that adaptation matures, gotrabu, it goes into the magga-sita, the path, the mind, and then it awakens the fruit and eventually becomes bhavanga. So we could also call this as upeka, no, sakara upeka nana. So upeka is the equanimity, sakara is mental formations, nana is knowledge. So the knowledge of mental formation that becomes equanimity. Now we have to put in context the 16 upe kalesas that we are trying to destroy to get to this state. But as a rough summary, the kalesas are just defined as greed, hatred, and delusion. But the simile of the cloth has 16 upe kalesas that we need to get rid of. The process follows from the first and including to maturity. This is called sense fear impulsion, kamma vachara javana. As a pair, the path and the fruit of mind are transcendent attainment impulsions. So there's an outlines of the sequence of the mind's activity for one who uses tranquility as a vehicle, samatha yanika. So the consciousness process of knowledge, with the consciousness process of knowledge that moves into insight. In any case, the knowledge and clear insight arises at the moment of awakening, which produces a profound transformation by dispelling mental defilements. An altering personality must be an experience that permeates the entire heart and mind. So at this period of time of awakening, the person eliminates all mental defilements and everything changes how their outlook and their personality from inner and outer. Appendix 5, non-returners, the anagami, after death, or non-returners, the Arihat after death. The Buddhadhamma states that after death, non-returners reappear in the pure abode, Sutta Vasara, and classifies this abode as the realm of the fourth jhana. The Buddhadhamma Bhivanka Vini, however, explains the non-returner will appear in a realm corresponding to their particular level of mental concentration absorption. The only fixed rule is that the pure abode are exclusively for non-returners. This raises the doubt as to how the non-returners, those mentions in the path to purification, Visuddhi Magga, Mahatika, who are the pure insight practitioners and do not attain the fourth jhana, can appear in the pure abodes. The Buddhadhamma Atta Vibhavani responds to this doubt by saying, although those non-returners are pure insight practitioners, at the time of death, they invariably generate the attainments because they have developed concentration completely. In any case, sutras in the Tipitaka, the Pali Canon, confirm that the non-returners who have reached any of the first four jhanas all appear in the pure abodes. Here too, the commentaries explains that non-returners attain the fourth jhana before reappearing in the pure abodes. The last appendix in chapter 8, attainment of cessation, Nirodha Samapatti. Do not be confused by the passage in the path to purification, Visuddhi Magga, referring to those monks who are about to enter the attainment of cessation. It states that, let me dwell in bliss by being without consciousness here and now, reaching the cessation, Nirodha Samapatti, that is similar to Nibbida. The Visuddhi Magga Mahatika explains the passage as attainment of cessation is similar to the attainment of Nibbida with no remaining fuel, Anupadesa Nirodha. A person in this attainment has no perception of feeling and resembles someone who has died. The above passage does not imply the attainment of cessation in the same as Nibbida. Rather, one relies on Nirodha Samapatti in order to realize Nibbida. It is one means of coming into contact with Nibbida. It is normal for awakened people to regularly be in contact with Nibbida while abiding in fruitation attainment, Bala Samapatti. Noble beings are of all stages fix Nibbida as their object of awareness. A passage in the Anguttara Nikaya states, a monk attains the extinction of sanya and vedana, so the extinction of perception and feeling, by seeing with wisdom the taints are destroyed. This is visible Nibbida. Ditta Dhamma Nibbana Nippariyaya. Here, the extinction of perception and feeling, sanya veta yita nirodha, is not Nibbida, but a basis for which to realize Nibbida. Nibbida is equal to the destruction of taints, the end of the defilements, kilesa Nibbida. Additional sutra states that the 8 vimokkha are to be realized with the body, with the end of the asavas is to be realized by panya, wisdom. The passage in the Samyutta Nikaya states, for someone who has attained the cessation of perception and feeling have ceased. For a bhikkhu whose taints are destroyed, lust, hatred, and delusion have ceased. It is good to note that Gautama's Buddha's parinibbana, he entered the progressive abidings of concentration attainment from the first jhana up to the extinction of perception and feeling. But he did not enter final nibbida in Nirodha Samapatti. He gradually returned to the first jhana and then entered successive jhana up to the fourth jhana, at which point he attained final nibbida. That's the end of chapter 8.